Hello YouTube, this is Kaito JR here, and I'm here to do another Ajin Discussion video, this time discussing about the connections between Kei, Nagai, and Ko Nakano. Yes, our two main characters that we've known Kei since the beginning, and we've met Ko later on. I think it was in chapter 16, chapter 14, around there somewhere where we met Ko. Yes, you see, at first they didn't know each other. They didn't even live in the same city or prefecture as each other. They met each other later on in the series. Early on in the series, I mean, like I just said, it was between chapter 14 and 16, and then yeah, for the rest of the series, they've been really close to each other, even more close than how Kei and Kaito were at the beginning of the series, from chapter 1 to chapter so onwards, until they broke apart because of course Kei abandoned Kaito, but then it kind of was revealed later on. I actually remember it was in chapter 69 where it was revealed in Kaito's backstory, and we got some glimpse of how Kaito actually feels about Kei, and how he was surprised that Kei actually went off on his own, and he was actually really impressed by this. And so then of course Kaito he just walked away on his own. He had no transportation to get back home. He had to just walk all the way on the side of this back road, and just eventually he was just caught by the police and just thrown into juvenile hall. And then that's what happened there. And, of course, Kaito. Why am I talking about Kaito? Okay, that's enough about Kaito. Let's talk about Kei and Ko's relationship with each other. You see, as you all should know, Ko is he's the character who drives Kei into trying to stop Sato, because as you all should know, Kei, he just wanted to stay content in this village with Miss Yamanaka. It was this village that was on this island somewhere. I guess it's not really a prefecture. I don't believe so. It's just some island where a bunch of elderly Japanese people just live, and Kei was really content in living in this peaceful side of Japan. He just wanted to stay there until Ko just decided to show up, and then kind of ruined all of Kei's plans. I mean, at first Ko, he said he wanted to stop Sato. He needed Kei's help to do so, of course. Especially since Ko, he cannot, there's no way Ko can actually stop Sato on his own. I mean, he can't even summon his own IBM. He doesn't have one. He stated that in season 2, episode 1, where of course both Ko and Kei, they were running up to this hospital to take Tosaki's fiance as hostage in order to get him and Ko on Tosaki's side, because you see, they just needed to get Tosaki to listen to them, so they can just say, look, we can be your pawns, of your soldiers, okay? We can just be your pawns like that. We use us in order to stop Sato, okay? We need to team up, and then that's what we need to do, stop Sato, and that's what we want to do. Yes, of course, that's what Ko wants Kei to do, and then basically Ko pushed Kei to do so, to fight against Sato, but obviously they can't do that just with the two of them. I mean, Kei is smarter, and he's way smarter than Ko is, so he realizes, we need more help. Okay, that's what we need to do. So of course they got Tosaki's help, and they succeeded in doing this. Of course, around the same time, that's when summer vacation has ended, and Kei even kind of remarks as in the anime, well, summer's over, everyone's back to school, and I'm still here. Which doesn't make sense in the manga, because actually, I think it does, because later on in the manga, I think it was around the time when the manga was ending, Kei kind of remarks that it was around fall, so during that time, so I guess 2 months have passed somehow between Kei being revealed to be the third Ajin to publicly discovered in Japan until now. I forgot what chapter it was, but it was later, much later on in the manga. Yes, it was around there somewhere. But of course, that's basically it right there. Also, Kei and Ko, so they do act like some sort of foil with each other. I mean, you all thought maybe Kei and Kaito was some sort of foil with each other, but no, actually, I think Kei and Ko are more likely they play the genius and the idiot right here. Ko doesn't know, he doesn't know a lot. He really doesn't know a lot of stuff. I mean, maybe he does. He has some degree of street smarts, but for the most part, he kind of relies on Kei's brains. For the most part there, and Kei has to come up with all the genius plans and all that sort of stuff like that. And Ko is kind of the big dumb idiot. He can't really think much on his own, so he needs to rely on Kei for the most part. And then they play off each other there. He's the more comic relief character, while Kei, of course, Kei's more serious, more logical character. He just does everything for himself, and mostly for himself, and that's it for the most part. Ko, he managed to get Kei to fight against Sato, because he states that, look, won't it be bad if we don't do something about Sato, if we don't stop him? And Kei says, well, it'll be bad for the other Ajins, but not me, because I'm going to be getting out of Japan as soon as possible, far away from Sato. Because we tried to fight off against Sato at the Fort Security Building, that failed, so there's not really much we can do right now. So, I'm just going to be leaving the scene right now. So Ko, you can do whatever you want, I don't care, just leave me out of it. Ko, he actually punches Kei, and then just tells them, dude, those are people's lives there. What do? You can't just like leave. We need your brains and your IPM, to stop Sato. Yeah, and then Kei says, look, Ko, I'm not going to waste more of my energy, more of my brain power, stuff like that, just to try to like save a bunch of people that I don't even know. I mean, you saw Keiichi Kai die, right? You didn't even react to that at all, Ko. And then Ko just realizes like, and then yeah, Kei says, but when Hirasawa died, you just think of how emotional you got from that, okay? So yeah, not all lives are the same, Ko. You do realize this, right? I mean, you do realize this. I mean, even if you don't realize it yourself, you do realize it. I mean, it's like unconscious for you, but it's conscious for me, Ko. Okay? I mean, I consciously do determine like whose lives are more important than the other. Okay, I don't just blindly care about everyone. I just don't do that. Okay, Ko. That's just something you need to realize about me. I don't do that. So yeah, Kei, but of course, eventually Kei decides to return and try to fight off against Sato because yeah, his mother kind of inspired him to say something. Not really inspire him, just say that yeah, you're not welcome back home at all. I mean, it's not like Kei wants to go back home. He just wanted to flee the country, but yeah, he realizes that like, oh yeah, maybe I had to do something to stop Sato once and for all. So I'm going to return back to Sasaki and the others, and then yeah, we're gonna think of something else. And then, of course, yeah, during the banter between both Kei and Ko, Ko actually reveals his backstory and how he died for like the first time ever when he was like trying to like change this light bulb, and his parents were around, and then yeah, he kind of fell off these like because you see he stacked up these books so he can reach his light bulbs, like change it, right? Yeah, he slipped off the books and his dumbass just like fall onto the floor, and he got paralyzed somehow, and then like. Yeah, he just died because like no one was there. His parents weren't even in town properly to come back home and try to check on him. They could have called the hospital and probably would have saved him. But now you see, if he wasn't a demi-human, he would have been dead right there. He would have like suffered through like a slow and agonizing death because like pretty much like died of hunger because like, he couldn't move out. He was just paralyzed on the floor. He couldn't, even if he screamed, like no one would probably hear him at all. So yeah, he was just there on the floor. Eventually died, and Rasad came back. He was able to move once again. And realized that he was Najin and that he had to keep this a secret if he wants to keep his own freedom intact. Like so, yeah, that's when he just kept quiet about the whole thing. He revealed this entire story to Kei, so Kei could better understand him and understand like why he wants to protect others. And like, yeah, actually, he gets to that. I mean, he kind of reveals that you see this man. I mean, we don't get his name. He doesn't reveal his name to us. But yeah, this man who actually went up to Ko, gave him like a job, gave him a life, like a sense of purpose where he can exist. Like yeah, it was like some sort of construction job where we see at the end of like the manga, chapter 86, I believe. Yeah, it was there. Yeah, that's where Ko has been working and just like been doing something with his life ever since then. And he learned like a lot of stuff from these construction workers. Like it basically gave him like a sense of purpose to live. That was kind of the point there. I mean, and now Ko has something to do, and Ko's now happy because he has something to do with his own friends that are basically a bunch of grown men. But yeah, he basically just tells us to Kei, and Kei still he just leaves, and then yeah, he now has a better understanding of Ko. I mean, he did respect Ko. He did hear him out at times, but sometimes he just says some really like stupid things that doesn't really matter at all in like the whole grand scheme of things, and but still Kei still respects Ko, and despite that, it doesn't matter. He just hears him out, and they both do work well with each other. I mean, they both worked well during the Ford security building. I mean, yeah, they failed in trying to stop Sato, but even before and after, they still just got along. And sometimes Kei doesn't really understand what Ko is saying most of the time because, like I said, he's an idiot. But yeah, Ko. He still just pulls through somehow, just like how he thought of that idea of like sticking Sato's arm inside this like utility pole, and yeah, that was pretty brilliant that he just came up with that without Kei's help and all. Like I was really impressed to see that from Ko and himself. Yeah, it was good. Let's see, anything else I could talk about with Kei and Ko. Yeah, I really don't want to like drag this video out for too long. So I'm probably just gonna stop right here. But yeah, that's it for the video, everybody. Thanks for watching, and bye. Yeah, so bye.